So you think that going full-time as a musician or an artist is hard. You think nobody's gonna pay you that much. You think you're not talented enough. Or you think you're too old and it's just too late. Well, there are really only 3 tools that you need to go full-time really quickly. And in this video, I'm gonna share them with you. Hey, and welcome to Music Space, where we help working musicians just like you learn how to quickly and easily make a living with your craft. So if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. So as I stated, there are probably a host of reasons why you think that going full-time as an artist, musician, or band is just not possible. And it's understandable. I mean, when you look around, it's probably not the case that you see a lot of the average musicians, making a lot of money in just their full time and they're able to support themselves and their family from it. You probably have stories about how it's hard to even make $75 to $100 a gig. But a huge reason for these is that a lot of musicians don't know or understand or implement a lot of the universal principles of success and the principles that a lot of musicians use to become successful. And never before in history has it been more possible and easier to go full-time as an artist and support yourself and thrive and support your family and buy the nice equipment that you want and just live your dreams as an artist. And there are really only 3 foundational principles or staples that you need to adopt to get to that level. And it's encapsulated in something called the CAP method of success, or the CAP method of success. And the first principle is this: you need to have the courage to take a chance. The C in the CAP method is for courage. Here's the honest truth. Most musicians are really just afraid to try. They've become so accustomed to low-paying gigs and being overworked and being cheated by clubs and venues and promoters that this is basically their reality now. So they can't even see another way. And the ones that can see another way are afraid to try it and venture out and do it because it just seems like a pipe dream. I get comments and emails and messages from musicians all of the time saying things like, well, if I don't take the $100 gigs, how else am I going to work? But the truth is, you have to have the courage, the fortitude, the guts to venture out and take a chance. It doesn't mean that you drop everything today and quit your job and just go for it necessarily. It just means that you need to start and you need to not be afraid to get on this path to the goal that you want to achieve. And that path, like a lot of paths that people take to success, is counterintuitive in a lot of ways. It starts like doing things that I've said before, like saying no to low-paying gigs. And that just seems irrational, right? Why would you say no to low-paying gigs? Well, think about it. You could do 3 $100 gigs per week for an entire year, and at the end of that year, you will only have made $15,600. Think you can be full-time, make a living, and support yourself and your family off that? With current gas prices, you'll probably spend that in gas alone. So what that means is that path, that 3 $100 gigs per week path, is not a path to get you where you want to go. So you need to not be afraid to get off that path and get on the one that is going to take you where you want to go. And also, this other path to success has things on it like not being afraid to build a business around your talent and your art, which is something I talk a lot about on this channel. Bottom line, you need to have some sort of service that you offer that's on a website that has a buy now button on it. The fact of the matter about all of this is that you are talented enough. You are good enough. You just need to have the courage to get on that path. Now, one of the biggest opportunities for musicians and artists right now is starting a YouTube channel. There's so many ways for musicians and artists to monetize their talents, and these ways are only expanding and getting bigger. Starting a YouTube channel is something that I advise musicians and artists to do today. And to help you get started with this really quickly, I've developed the YouTube QuickStart course. And the best part is it's completely free and you can get instant access to it at the link in the description of this video. So make sure you go and check that out when you're finished with this video. Now, the second tool in the CAP method is the ability to work hard. The A is for ability. So the reality is you're going to have to put in some work to move to the next level. And by work hard, what I really mean is work consistently. This path to going full-time is much different than that path of sitting on the couch and waiting for that call or text every week to say, are you free Friday or Saturday night for a gig? But the good news about it is that the things that you actually have to do to get on this path and move to the next level are incredibly easy. It's not rocket science at all. It's just little things that you have to do consistently over time that gets you to that level. Like, for example, one of the things that I advise my clients to do is make a call or send an email on behalf of your band or your artistry or musicianship every day for 30 days. Call or email venues and clubs and promoters and organizers and festival organizers and actually just ask them if they're looking for a band or musician for their next event. And if they say no, just say, okay, well, I'd like to send you some footage of my band performing and playing, and I'd like to keep in touch with you for future reference. And guess what? At the worst, you've made a relationship and a connection, which are two important things that you need on this path to success. And at best, they say, yes, we actually are looking for someone. We need someone to fill this spot this coming Saturday night. Can you do that? And then you have another gig and another relationship that you fostered. So how hard is that? These are the types of things that successful musicians and artists do over time, and it's exactly what's meant by the ability to work hard. Now, the next thing you need is the patience to make it happen. The P in the CAP method is for patience. In most cases, success just does not happen overnight. It takes a little bit of patience and perseverance to get on this path and get it going so that you become full-time. In our modern society, we have a sort of microwave mentality where we can just do a few things here and there and boom, in 30 days we're successful. All of the modern marketing talks about this, like lose 30 pounds in 30 days, get the relationship of your dreams in 30 days, get out of debt in 30 days, and so on and so forth. When the fact of the matter is, some things just take a little bit of an oven mentality where you got to let it sit in there and cook for a little while. So you need a fair amount of patience when you're talking about going full time. Now that said, it doesn't take forever to get on this path and get moving either. As I stated, it's easier now more than ever before in history to do so. What I mean here is that it's not a do one thing or do two things one time or a couple of times type of thing and then you get to success. But it's also not a do 100 different things for like 10 or 15 years to get there type of thing either, necessarily. But if you think about the time and effort that it took musicians even just 20 years ago, like the time before social media, where you basically had to be signed to a label to gain any sort of success, it's much, much easier now. It's literally possible to drop a video online and become an overnight sensation. Now, of course, that's not typical, and it's probably not the way it's going to happen for most of us musicians and artists, but it does speak to how easy it is to go full time now. You just need to have the courage, ability, and patience to do so. Now, this is the CAP method of success, and it works extraordinarily well. But if you want some more insight on going full time, you definitely want to check out these videos now.